Good morning and welcome to Sips of Sanity. I'm Kelly.
Hi there, I'm Karen.
We're starting the month of November,
We
believe
are.
it or not. Mm-hmm. And we've kind of got a doozy for you. Karen and the guides came up with this idea for Sips of Sanity to, I'll say, catapult you into the new year.
Okay, and I'm going to say that I had very little to do with this. I went to bed one night, cozied under and pulled my blankets up right around my neck, and the spirit guides just started yelling things at me. And I'm thinking, what in God's name? But as I'm hearing them, some of them are like, yeah, I agree with that. Oh, that's really good. And then I'd laugh at some of them. And they said, get your ass out of bed and go get a pen and paper. This is Sips of Sanity podcast. And I'm like, what?
It was probably born like 2 months ago.
Oh, yeah, this has been sitting here for a couple of months.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So my brain is already hurting, but we're going to do the best that I can. We're going to do this randomly. So typically we group Sips of Sanity into very organized shows, 1 through 5. They've all got a theme and a title. But in the interest of honoring the guides,
Yes.
we're just going to kind of yell them out as they yelled them out to Karen.
Yes.
And this entire show is about growing the fuck up.
Yes. And I don't, someone says, well, what would have sparked that for the spirit world to yell that at Karen? And I want to say, what wouldn't have sparked it? Have you seen Society? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's where it came from, but anyway, let's start. So we're going to do 3 per show.
And I think our listeners know that, that Society is there. I think the people who are listening are like, fuck yeah, we need this. Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you're just listening today, you're getting number 1. You're getting a kind of little bit of a teaser on how you can grow the fuck up. And then the next 4 shows following today's will be on patreon.com. If you want to find us there, you can do so that way.
And I'm going to say to all of you narcissists out there that think you've already grown the fuck up,
which meant sit down and listen to the show.
exactly.
Okay.
Because they're the ones that are like, and they go right off into their ego immediately.
Okay. So I'm gonna say the first one, and I'm gonna let you expand on it. And the first one they yelled out at you was know when to fuck off.
That's how my night started when I went to bed. Them screaming at me, know when to fuck off. And it's like, okay. See where we're...
It's a good one. There's going to be a lot of overlap in today's shows, the entire week's shows.
Yeah.
But knowing when to fuck off is a good sign of emotional intelligence.
It is. This means, do you know when to mind your own damn business? Do you know when to shut up? Do you know when to listen? Do you know when it's not about you?
Do you know when you've gone too far? Do you know when it's time to leave?
Mm-hmm. I think those are great questions. Mm-hmm. I personally love this one because I think I've proven many times in funeral homes that I know when to fuck off.
Well, someone who comes to mind is Andrew, because sometimes when he gets on a rant...
Wait, you have to let me explain that one. No one's going to understand what the hell I just meant.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry.
Yes, I know you did.
Okay.
Do you want to give them the little explanation of as Karen knows when to...
Well, I don't know that anyone's going to connect to that, but maybe. I know you've fucked off in a funeral home when you've seen or heard, ministers or fathers or whatever they're called in whatever denomination, when they're just spouting nonsense about the departed, and you see the soul sit there and go, are they fucking kidding right now? Mm-hmm. That's what they're feeding my family? And you're like, okay, let's get the fuck out of here. Okay. Maybe some people will connect to, because if you know your loved one well enough that you're now attending a funeral where things are being said against your belief system or against what you knew to be their belief system, that may be a time to fuck off.
Amen. That's my point.
Okay.
Know when to fuck off. It could simply be that you're out with your friends or you're having a Friday night dinner with a group of girls and they're getting catty, they're getting mean, or a group of guys are just not nice. You're a guy listening to the show and the guys are not being nice. Know when to fuck off. Know when to say, I'm out of here because you guys are not nice people.
Okay.
That's a wonderful example.
It is. And I want to bring Andrew into this because I know that when he's gotten on some rants about customer service stories, or he's been in his own headspace and he's just on a different kind of rant, he will say to us, I'll just fuck off.
Yeah.
It's like he catches himself getting just a little too far with no intention of problem solving or being solution focused. And it's like he realizes this isn't really going anywhere productive. And so I'll just show myself out.
Oh, I love that. So if you see that something is not productive, and that's what I'm saying about the friend group that are just gossiping or being mean, it's not productive. If there's an actual problem, say with another friend, and they're just whining and complaining about them, no productivity. That's when it's time to get out of the conversation. So know when to fuck off can mean physically getting out, but it also can mean tapping out up here.
Okay.
Good?
Yeah. So what do you got? Number 2.
Grow up, because that's when stress and drama, the unhealthy kind, go away.
So this is a really general one because what we're talking about in all of these shows is growing up. And that is not getting involved in the drama, whether it's standing up to and confronting it consciously and verbally, or standing up to it by disengaging.
Exactly. Or if you have picked a partner who constantly creates a drama, who constantly just talks really fast, or they and you can see it even in their expressions, they talk really childish, and they go into creating drama over a story instead of, well, here are the facts. And I'm doing that in irritating ways because I see tons of people doing stuff like this to create drama, where they talk faster, they talk higher.
Their eyes bulge out of their head.
Yes. And they do.
Their teeth are just, everything's intense.
Or they don't just give the facts. And I don't mean that they can't have emotions. If anybody's listening to this and says, wow, they just don't want us to even feel. Well, no, you just heard we have synesthesia. We encourage feeling things. But it has to be productive or healthy. So I'm saying some people stay in relationships with significant others, boyfriend, girlfriend, married or whatever, or even your own children, where they create a drama and you're in their boat.
Well, and here's the deal. You can feel intensity, you can feel the negativity, you can feel the drama, or you can choose to be in certain types of relationships that help you feel ease. We're not saying don't feel anything. We're saying feel as an adult.
Yep.
Okay.
You do the third one.
It says answer the damn question, which I love because so many people answer a question with a question.
Diverting.
Yep.
This is a form of verbal abuse here. This one here, I think that they've said quite nicely when they say answer the damn question. Because what you're saying to the person who is using the forms of verbal abuse, like diverting or countering or whatever it is that they're doing, that you have to be able to recognize they're not answering me. I might reword this. They're still not answering me. So if you can't simply say, why won't you answer me? Or answer the question, please, then it's like, well, then I got to sit here and go, well, then they're just playing with me. They're actually, they're in control. They didn't want me to have control.
And then know when to fuck off.
Exactly.
I just listened to Hockey Night in Canada, Don Cherry, who's apparently still alive. And he was talking about this player on, I think, the Leafs. I wasn't listening too closely. But he was saying how much he loved this player because he could talk to the press for like 10 minutes at a time without saying anything. And he thought that was a great quality.
Really?
Yeah. And I remember thinking like, holy fuck, which is great in politics or great in the sense of that's what we have. That's what people look for, right? To evade questions.
Yeah.
But answering the damn question is a part of growing up. It's acknowledging what's in front of you. It's acknowledging the facts. It's owning up and taking personal responsibility. And it's done with the intention of moving forward.
Exactly. And that's why answer the damn question. Because that's what an adult does. They answer the question. So if you, and I say this to clients all the time, if you have to keep repeating the same thing, pick up your socks, why aren't you picking up your socks? If you have to keep repeating that the socks aren't the issue, the why he isn't connecting to you is the issue. He knows he's not listening. You both already know this. You've got to go to a deeper level of why that person is blocking communication and does not want connection. Has nothing to do with the socks.
Good.
We're done for today. Those
Yeah.
are our first 3.
We're heated enough. We're going to get just to the point before we get mean and angry. Just kidding. We don't get mean. And then we'll switch to the next show.
Good. I hope people like these.
Yeah, and hopefully it's enticed you enough to want to keep listening. And remember too, if you're just listening on audio format, we are on Patreon in a visual format as well. So it just involves being in the second level of our tier. You can get all of these every single month in audio and visual. So you can take us in your car, you can watch us on breaks, listen to us on breaks, whatever is palatable for you. Maybe some of you can't handle more than 10 minutes with us. To digest those ideas. But at least we're at your disposal whenever you need.
I hope people take these little podcasts and share them with other people and then have discussions around them. To me, this is a great opener.
And remember too, if you're in the next tier up, if you are in medium roast, then you are also getting questions out the following Monday. So you're with us on day 1. Next week, we will actually have questions out so you can follow along with the show, in order to be able to put all of these concepts into practice in your own life, so that you're not just sitting here listening to these shows, having a laugh and going, well, now what? We're actually going to give you the what next. We're going to answer the damn question.
I like it.
Okay. If you have questions or comments about today's show, you can email us at info@bysarlo.com. Otherwise, we're back out tomorrow morning with day 2 of Grow the Fuck Up.